Hi there, I'm Dorothy, and I am an online diet coach, a small-scale farmer, and a cooking teacher. And my intent is to bring all of these together in an experience that will help you on your way to permanent, sustainable fat loss. Today's video is a tutorial, a cooking tutorial for a low-carb, one-pot, easy skillet dinner. In the future, I'm going to do some more topical types of informational videos, but I'm starting with cooking. And why? Because 90% of my clients are really challenged through cooking, either because they're busy or because they don't know how. And believe me, if you learn to cook a few things and you want to do a low-carb diet or a keto diet, it can be a game changer. Stick with me and subscribe below, and you will learn how to cook low-carb meals that become your preferred way of eating. They become like comfort food that's not high carb and high sugar. Before we go to the kitchen, just a little bit about the farm. These are peppers that I grow on the farm. The rest of the farm is tomatoes and blueberries. Peppers I grow and I smoke them on the farm, and then we grind them and dry them and turn them into spices that we sell online. And spices are something that can really enhance your low-carb cooking. So we're going to use some of those in the kitchen today, and I just thought I'd show you what they look like out here. So let's get cooking. Okay, this is my ultimate go-to dinner. I make it when I'm tired, when I'm cranky, when my husband's out of town. Whenever I don't feel like cooking or making a decision, I go to the skillet dinner. And the phrase that always comes to my mind when I'm getting ready to make a skillet dinner is, start with an onion. Why? A caramelized onion makes everything taste better. Any kind of protein, any kind of vegetable tastes better with a caramelized onion. And chopping this onion is the most cooking that you'll have to do in this whole skillet dinner. Okay, so we're going to start with an onion. Then we're going to check in the pantry, see what we've got on hand. I usually have a whole bunch of beans and a whole bunch of tomatoes because I like to cook with them. Beans are a great protein. I'm going to use kidney beans today, and Rotel fire roasted tomatoes, my favorite. That's going to take opening a can. And then I'm going to the fridge, and I'm going to pull out my protein, which today is ground beef. This skillet dinner that I'm making works well with ground chicken, ground pork, any kind of what they call in Britain mince. So let's get started. Okay, so in order to cook anything, to chop anything, especially an onion, you need a sharp knife. It doesn't really matter that you have an expensive knife. This one I got at a garage sale, and I love it. I like it better than my Cutco knives, which I spent a small fortune on. What you do need, however, is a knife sharpener. This one's an electric one. I'm going to turn it on and show you how it works real quick, but I will quit talking as it's very loud. There you go. Do that 5 or 6 times. I just did it once for the sake of the video. Okay, got your sharp knife, got your onion, chop off the ends. This is the way I chop an onion. However, it is not the way that the pros chop an onion. If you want to see how the pros do it, I would look at the description below and go watch Jamie Oliver's video. He does a very good job of it. I just chop off the ends, take off the peelings. I'll just do this half right now. And then I just slice it down this way. Slice it this way. And then just use your knife to chop it. Now you can chop it fine, you can mince it, you can dice it, you can slice it, whatever way you like. It all tastes good in the skillet dinner. So do not overthink it. Okay, to the stovetop. I put in a couple tablespoons of olive oil. If you do high heat cooking, you want to use refined olive oil. If you do low heat cooking, you can use extra virgin. And this is the most tasty part of the meal. You're going to caramelize the onions. just turn it on to medium-high, put the onions in with a little oil, and let them cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. You stir occasionally. They'll turn a nice kind of light brown, and they will taste caramelized and sweet and excellent. Okay, so these have been cooking over medium-high for about 6 minutes. And you can see how they look kind of translucent. They're light brown. Now is the time you want to stir them a little bit more so they don't burn. Okay, like I said, I have this hamburger that I'm using, but you can use any kind of meat that you have on hand. Okay, so the onions caramelized for about 6 minutes. I put in the hamburger and chopped it up and mixed it in for another few minutes until it turned, until it's no longer pink. And you just kind of chop and stir as it goes. In the meantime, while the meat is cooking, you can open up your cans. You can put a little salt on the meat, put a little bit of chili pepper or whatever spice you like. This is my go-to spice. It's a smoked pepper blend. And then I also happened to find some chopped frozen peppers, so I'm going to add those in also. Like I said, this is the type of thing that you look in your fridge and you figure out, you know, what's good, what do I have, what's wilting, what needs to be used. You can put in spinach, you can put in anything. All right, so the meat's almost done, the peppers are almost done. I'm going to dump in a can of tomatoes, and I'm going to dump in my beans. Now on the beans, sometimes I use refried beans, sometimes I use black beans, sometimes I use no beans. It's just you want to make sure and have as much protein in there as you can, and use the vegetables as your incidental carbs if you're doing keto or low carb. Okay, at this point, you can stop or you can keep going. It just depends on what's in your fridge. I would like to add a little bit of salsa just to give it a little more flavor. And then I think I'll quit. Basically, you're just heating the beans, the salsa, and the peppers through until they blend with everything else. And there's your go-to skillet dinner. Mix and match. You can make it vegetarian, you can make it any way you like, but enjoy because it tastes great. And there you have it, a low carb, high protein dinner that is wonderful tasting and easy to make. If you like this video and you want to see more, remember to subscribe below and give me a thumbs up while you're there. I'd also love a comment as to what kind you'd like to see in the future. So today, just remember, if you do skillet dinners, to what? Start with an onion. It makes everything taste so much better. And speaking of good, I am going to do a toast today to that lowly onion. I'm going to do a toast with our blackberry mint shrub syrup in some bubbly water. So here we go. To the onion. Perfect. Cheers.